So from here, it looks possibly like a seal or a dove. It's called Corre, which means heart. But one day, years and years ago, I came into the garden and that big mahonia bush, the gardener had cut it all back. And so for the first time, I could see the back of this piece. This shape this form would fit inside this shape. So it's a positive and a negative. And as I said, behind us in the parish church is another Madonna and Child. So the three are in alignment, which is quite astounding, isn't it? Although I was an illustrator, this is now what I do, which is to sort of find a project which is a long-term project, and I get permission to go and draw in various places, and then it's all towards a book. These are little sketchbooks that I bring with me, and it's all various media really, but I can't use water-based in the garden. This is where I stood to draw this, and I use a water-soluble pencil, and then usually later I add a little bit of watercolour. This is looking right across towards, you can almost see Godrivi, and this is the same image but from the other side. So I try where possible to draw all the way around them, and the beauty of working for hours and hours in the garden is that you see the light moving around them just as Barbara Hepworth intended, and you can see a story unfolding inside them. It's just extraordinary. So as you can see, I've got lots of work and lots of ideas in progress. This one is, again, it's not finished yet, but this is based in Hale. Quite a lovely walk. He's walking along King George's Walk down towards the harbour. I've also started to work on this one, which is a gouache painting. Because it's got chalk in it and it's opaque, it will dry a little bit lighter than how you apply it, but at the same time, what you can do with it, I'll just show you, which you can't do with any other paint, is you can actually, so this has been on here for quite a long time, you know, a matter of probably about 6 months, and you can see that I can actually activate this paint. I think that when you find it difficult to focus, it's really good if you can set your own project and decide on a place and a time when you're going to go to that particular building, landscape, and personally that's what I find very useful. I forget the year, but it was probably about 15 or so years ago. Liz Luckwell and I ran a course for the school that came up here, and students did drawings and so on. And Liz said to me, "There's something here for you." And I always remember her saying it because I just looked round. Well, I mean, look at it, you know, the peeling paint and the history is just written everywhere you look. And I thought, yeah, absolutely, there is definitely something here for me. Because what I really love is a building that tells a story, and you know, you can just see it. It's written here, isn't it? In every room. You know, this is so old and lovely, and it takes me back to school, but I'm also thinking, who and how many potters have hung their coat on that? And it's still here, and it's just wonderful. So I started just by drawing and researching the whole history, layers and layers and layers of history connected to Godolphin because it goes back to 1100, so it's just so rich, the stories. Then I attended a guided tour, and so I decided that in my book I would have the official story, the historical story, but at the same time I would have my own thoughts about the place, which grew the longer I was drawing here. So this was me, and the map here, these big stones become a map showing exactly the area where Godolphin is. So this is Godolphin Cross, Porthleven, Mounts Bay, and then up here is sort of St Ives Bay. Because medieval gardens they're containers, they're really considered to be archaeological sites, so they can't dig them up. But I was thinking, well, maybe one day in the future they just might. So this is my kind of reference to that. And she's pointing ahead in a sort of Renaissance way to the future. Isn't it a lovely way of going somewhere that you literally fall in love with, and you want to share that with other people? So it's the passion that's coming out, isn't it? That you're drawing that place and getting to know it, and then presenting it to other people. I think that's a lovely way of working.